What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Tide Talk, live at Providence Brewing. It's Saturday, September 28th, and we're back to do our pregame show ahead of RIFC at San Antonio. So cozy up, crack a beer, let's dive into this one. Ryan, we've got a nice one tonight. You guys can see this on the screen. We've got the Tide Talk official lager, really cool stuff.
Yeah, it's honestly very strange. Going in the back too, love that. Cheers, everybody who's grabbing a Tide Talk. Oh, love to see it. Love to see it.
Absolutely. Just a reminder, each episode of Tide Talk is available on YouTube, and if you're watching now, please take a second to subscribe to the channel and click the like button on our video. You can also find us on your favorite podcast applications like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And if you listen on one of those, we'd really appreciate it if you took a minute to leave us a 5-star rating and a short review, as it helps more people find our show. If you're not already using the Club Collector app, click the link in this episode description, get on the site, go enter the code Tide Talk Live, all one word, to get a free pack added to your collection. As I mentioned, I'm your host Matt. I'm joined by my good friend Ryan. Ryan, last time we were here, you were in a different house, so congratulations on home ownership.
Thank you.
So let's give Ryan some big stuff.
We're more focused on the boys we're going to take, guys. It's way more important. Come on.
That's it.
So my wife's not watching.
You might be in trouble. Just to kind of go through what Tide Talk is, we are an independent partnership among Rhode Island FC fans and content creators putting out podcasts, the YouTube live, blogs, everything. You can check it out. We've got a few of our contributors in here. We've got Timmy, we've got Matt Hands. They do some awesome work. So make sure you go to TideTalkRI.com, check out all the content, and subscribe to it all so you stay.
Awesome, everybody. So as we get started, always want to go to Rhode Island FC and their form. So Rhode Island FC currently sit in 7th place in the East. They have 2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw in their last 5. They're sitting on 41 goals for and 37 goals against. It currently sits in at 8th in the USL Championship in goals per match, and 13th in USL Championship goals conceded. This has been really interesting as we've done these shows almost like every couple weeks now. It's weird always still to slide back out. Right. Rhode Island FC went from 15 goal scorer. They were originally in 10th. Now they're at 8th. It definitely has changed as our form has fluctuated throughout the season.
Oh, sure. And I think kind of how our form has fluctuated is within our 3 players to watch. As you can see them down there. You have Noah Fuzan, Ryan's favorite, one of all of our favorites, right? Co-leads the team in goals and assists with 11, just electric in the midfield. He is starting tonight, and the other creator midfielder, Jack Panayiotou, drops the bench. So Noah will have a lot of creation on his plate tonight. And I think if the Tide gets in goal, it's going to be highly due to Noah.
Yeah, and that's what we're going for here. Noah has been great. He kind of almost had a bookend of the season. He had a really great start. He kind of carried us through the stretch. We were getting a lot of draws, but couldn't get over the line. He was really responsible for a lot of those draws. And now he's really come on strong at the end of the season. We just really need that. Another player to watch here, and I'm surprised we actually haven't had him on this slide yet.
I think it's his first time in one of our shows. Right?
Yeah, you got to blame whoever makes these slides. Jorge Quezera, number 17 midfielder, Rwandan national. He's really been, again, a revelation since the team got into a great run of form. You said if the goal is going to be created for an FC, it will probably be through Noah. If it's not Noah, it's probably going to be Quezera. As I over here, 43 chances created this season. That's 2.21 per 90. That's really strong. It ranks him pretty high up the table here in terms of
USL chart.
Yep.
Last is one of my favorite players to watch, and midfielder Clay Holstad. I love how Ryan keeps the same line in the slide on this one. Our version of Roy Kent.
Can't take him.
He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. Always like seeing him slotted in the midfield where he belongs, not in the defensive line. As we get to it and talk about this 11, it's almost like kind of watch this.
We have a lot more to talk about. But before we get to that, I know a lot of you who were with us last time got to see our playoff prophecy where Matt, Kevin, myself, and then the audience predicted all of our results going the rest of the season. Bad news for all of you. We were very wrong, ourselves and all of you in the crowd. So it's always good to get the audience against you and doing a live show here. But we want to take a quick peek as there are 5 games left to talk about the playoff picture. So the current table here, Louisville City and Charleston, they have clinched playoff spots. Those have been the runaway 1-2 so far this season. And as you can see, they have a big gap to 3rd place here. Then we have this really messy middle. From third all the way to 11th place, we have a 11-point separation. So I think this is really going to shake out with anyone's ball game here. So we go to the next slide. Our friend Timmy Sclafani, not the name I keep in my head.
Yeah, hey, make it Rhode Island in Italian.
Before this, I was like, how do you say Timmy? But Timmy has done this great thing. If you go to TideTalkRI.com, he is a great, right in the nav, you'll see this playoff picture that Timmy puts together. So there's two really key charts here. So first off, this is like who controls their destiny and as to when. So as you'll see, the top two, they have at least 7th place locked up. But through the middle here, there's a ton of people who really can't control what has to happen. So we're all relying on each other a bit, but you'll see that Rhode Island FC, we do still control our destiny a bit. And then here, again, this is something that we're not going to go through a ton here, but Timmy has every single tiebreaker mapped out here. We'll talk about this probably like with 2 games to go as we're really trying to figure this out.
What a machine, you nerd.
It's unbelievable. The Excel work, I just can only praise so heavily. But looking in here, so one thing that I did to my nerd side is basically made like a little model. And what it does is it uses every single team's form through August to try to predict where this is all going to shake out. So you will see here, it does have Rhode Island FC in 5th place. A lot of this is due to kind of the form of some of the teams below us. Both Birmingham and Indy have not been great. But then we do see 8th place there, a team that we don't really want to see make the playoffs. Hartford, they did edge up there into a tie with Indy, which then puts them 8th. That's due to the fact, I don't know if people have been paying attention, Hartford has gotten incredibly hot. Their keeper has been an absolute machine. And, again, this is not scientific. It doesn't take into account anything in terms of who people are playing, things like that. But Matt, I know we both have talked off air of how we think this is going to shake out. I don't think the table is going to end up looking like this. Do you see any changes here?
No, I think 5th is good. I think that's kind of the ceiling for how we finish this one. I think 6th or 7th might be even more likely, but if you look at Birmingham and Indy's form, it's kind of direction. They're both not really performing well either. I still look back at that Indy match as missed opportunity. Could have been a home playoff, puts us within 3 points of Tampa. Yeah, so that's it. I won't talk about it anymore. But I had to get it in on one of them, right?
For sure. And I think for myself, the only thing that it actually looks crazy when you look at it like this, I do see Pittsburgh actually jumping up to that 8th place spot.
I can see that.
They have a significantly easier run moving forward. North Carolina actually should be a bit further back here. They lost today, and that actually put them in the model on 42 points. So they should be at 10th. I think Pittsburgh is in a slot in that 8th spot. We will see. They have a bit easier run of games than Hartford, North Carolina, and Loudoun moving forward. So yeah, we'll see. We're probably going to talk about this every single episode.
Yeah, content we do going out.
We do have 5 matches left, so hopefully a win tonight will move us up the rankings here. So
this is going to be a fun segment.
Yeah. So a lot
of you guys prepare for it either. So
exactly. So a lot of you come to these shows, and usually we do a game of some sort with the crowd. Usually it's about Rhode Island FC, and we try to get in the weeds of who's going to make the playoffs, who's like what's your good, bad, ugly, all these different things. But tonight we're going to focus on our friends at Providence Brewing. They've been so gracious not only to give us our delicious beers, which we can't thank them enough, but also to host these things and really support us as we go. So this is a game that shout out to Andrew Padros, who should be arriving any minute now. Late gave us this idea. So basically, we're going to try to match up every different beers from Providence Brewing and who that reminds us of for your RIFC player. We definitely want to hear from all of you, so we'll see how this goes. All right, so we had to obviously start with Goal. That is the beer that kind of brought us here. Goal is a 5.2%, so kind of in the middle, very even keel. It's a lager, American lager, and it's the official Providence Brewing beer of the fan club here. It's refreshing. It's only going to be served at the tap house during parties, and I would say it's very drinkable, very refreshing.
Crushable.
Exactly. So Matt, who does Goal remind you of?
It's Frank No Darksayer, right? It's Frank because he's only served in specific situations, like on set pieces and corner kicks. As Goal is only served here at watch parties. So, well, Thunder. How about you?
When I see Goal, when I think of like kind of American, I'm gonna say Clay Holstein. This goal in all caps just screams those play whole set bangers.
The highlight reel.
The highlight reel, but also it's just drinkable. It's very refreshing. It's always there. It's dependable. It can play different positions. You could have this with lunch. You could have this with dinner. You could have this at a party later on. So that's play whole set, filling in all those positions in your life. Crowd, does anyone have any thoughts about this random game that I'm springing on all of you right now?
We got another Clay.
Ooh. Yeah.
Ooh, we have Timmy with the borrow, old reliable, so very consistent. That's a good one in there. All right.
Awesome. All right. So next up, friends, we have the Providence Pilsner. This is a 5.5% beer. It's a Pilsner. It's checked. It is delicious. It's really one of my favorite ones. Matt and I, it's a little behind the scenes. Both of our favorite colors orange, so this just really screams out for both of us. But like the city it's named after, this Pilsner is a sight to behold. Pale gold and brilliantly clear. One sip and you'll be transported.
They gotta get you on the advertising.
Thanks to the check. Sad saying hops. Basically, it's a nice, like, very light, very drinkable, but also kind of hits you with some crispiness, just like a Pilsner always does. So we're putting on the spot one more time.
It's foreign, so I'm going foreign too. I'm going Mark Doyle. The orange kind of matches his hair too, so we can go with that. But it will pack a punch every now and then, maybe get you a goal here and there. And it's a good way to quickly sub on. If you have a couple IPAs early and you kind of want to mellow out, sub in a Pilsner.
So I am also going to go international, but a little differently. I'm going to go with North Duggan. While he is not Czech, I don't want to start putting rumors here. He's very smooth on the ball, but he packs a punch in the tackle. And I think the nice spiciness of the Pilsner comes out right there.
One sip and you'll be transported.
Not to Germany or Ireland.
There you go.
All right, so I wish our fluffy call boyfriend was here, but next up is Countdown. This is a 7.7% IPA. But folks, don't be fooled. It is juicy. It is full of all sorts of tropical fruits, and it is absolutely delicious. So I had actually Franklin Darcy for this one.
Okay.
You got the guava, the mango, this kind of Cuban roots himself in there. And he packs a punch in the corners. He packs a punch in defense. He's getting blocks. He's getting clearance. He's getting tackles. And he's all on.
I'm going to play off the packs a punch, but you can't have too many of them and go with Chico because he hasn't had that many goals for us. I think we would have hoped for him being the league leader, but when he gets going, he's juicy. He's got some good goal celebrations. So Downtown gives Chico. And if Chico can get on a roll, I think we can put some teams in Downtown.
What do we got, audience? What do we got?
Isaac AK.
Isaac
Okay.
Downtown. All right. I like that. We got a Karifa Yao shot from Evan, like that. So you got anything for us? Karifa Yao, yeah, that was my first one with the kind of crunching. Yeah, heavyweight. I like that. That's good stuff. No, still going on.
All righty, so we got two more left, folks. So next up is the Arturo Fuente.
And we both missed the.
I made these slides and I missed a terrible graphic here. But Arturo Fuente, it is a 5.2% Cuban lager. So nicely done by me to use a literal one Cuban player on this one. But it's a revolutionary take on the classic Vienna lager, reimagined through the vibrant lens of a Mexican or a pale ale. It is very velvety, very unique, very clear. Something that, it's really tasty.
This one's tough. I think I'm gonna go Steven Turnbull. I think he can cleanse the palate, get free on the right flank, go some goals, get some trouble in there. Turnbull, because it can deliver.
So we had a very similar kind of idea here in terms of wingback. But I'm gonna go the other side. I'm gonna go with Jake Rosera. Very velvety, very smooth when he plays. Times sometimes I get frustrated with him, but he doesn't play with enough kind of enthusiasm. But something's gonna really create chances for your night, just like Arturo Fuente. I absolutely don't know what that means, but folks, we're gonna just keep going with it there. Yeah. What do we got, Frank? It is.
I give my runner-up since we didn't get any crowd participation. I was thinking lightweight. I was going Frito, but that's got the shots.
And this is a delicious. It's a lightweight in a good way.
Yeah, sure.
All right, folks. The last one here, the coreless. It is the cream ale. It is definitely not tied into our Lord of the Tides, which we thought of after seeing coreless, but it's 6% ABV cream ale. It's absolutely delicious. It's one of my favorite beers.
It is good.
Please go get it if you are here. But It's a new lager, very light, very refreshing. This pale golden beer boasts a very subdued hop and malt flavor. So it definitely isn't. Again, the cream ale, it's not as kind of punchy as you will see. What do you got?
Well, the cream rises to the crop. Cream rises to the top line. Sorry, but maybe I should have had a few more of those. There's one really creamy player on this team. You already used him. It's Clay Olstad, baby.
That's fair. I'm contractually obligated to sneak this player in, and it's Noah Fuson. Noah Fuson, he's very light, very refreshing. He's dipping in, he's dipping out. Never mind, I'm not gonna say the word. He's great. One of my favorite beers, one of my favorite players. But yeah, he's just very velvety on the ball, very smooth. And I think this beer is just like Noah Fuson.
There you go.
What? Anyone else got a take here? We're just getting a lot of head shakes here.
Yeah.
It's we tried to.
That's it.
All right, folks. So I will not continue to put you into one here. We will move on to the San Antonio versus Rhode Island FC preview that we will be seeing in about 29 minutes here. So now, you want to take us through San Antonio?
Yes, some of their key stats. They have 27 goals for with 37 goals against. So this is a team really struggling to score goals in the current run of form. They have 20th in the USL Championship in goals per match and 13th in goals conceded per match. When we did our preview on the away end, Royce the Voice, awesome name, by the way, great guest to have on from San Antonio Soccer Roundtable. Very worried with their ability to, or lack of the ability to create chances and score goals. So, we've been the get right team for teams in that situation, so I know we'll talk about that going forward. But this is a team struggling to get goals, and hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah, I mean, when you say they're lacking in creative chances, it's not because of Jorge Hernandez. He has been absolutely incredible. He leads the league in assists. He is second in the league in key passes. If there was ever someone doing the Greg Jennings putting the team on his back beam, it is absolutely Jorge Hernandez. He's 23. He's number 10. He's a midfielder. Honestly, really spectacular player. I wouldn't be shocked if he's one of those next big names moving out of USL. They're kind of I won't say bigger league, but some kind of European league. Sure. Yes, next up, Kendall Burks. He's number 5. He's a center back. Really interesting. So one thing that popped out to me when we did the away end episode is San Antonio, while they don't give up a ton of goals, they just are really good about tackling and clearing. They just get the ball out of there, and a lot of that comes from Kendall Burks. He's third in the league in clearance in 490. And he is absolutely he's not playing around. He's getting that ball the hell out of their box, and it's one of the reasons why they do a good job of not conceding as much as you might expect from a team who's not so many goals.
No nonsense on their back.
No nonsense. Yeah, you have to respect. You gotta respect it. But finally, Kevin Lambert. Again, this guy just jumped out to me on the stats. He is in the 96th percentile of duels run per 90. So we're going to talk about this a bit more about kind of the keys to the match that we think can happen. But I just see here I have 2 midfielders on here. I think winning that midfield battle is absolutely late. Sorry, Andrew Rogers. All right, but I think winning the midfield battle between Lambert and Hernandez will be really huge for Roundhouse.
Well said.
Awesome. So now we don't have the but
Mine didn't update.
all right. So just running through the lineup here, we have Vegas in goal, which I think really surprised me.
Yeah, I think we were totally expecting Jackson Lee. Happy birthday, belated birthday to Kobe, and congratulations on the birthday.
Yeah, his birthday's coming. So he did make the trip, which is great. Next up, City Turner returns. I think this was again one of the more, I wouldn't say contentious, but one of the bigger calls that Kano made last match, putting Clay Olstad out right with that instead of City Turner.
Looking at this and kind of looking at, having both of our wingbacks starting, you do notice Jack Peniodu, as I mentioned, being dropped to the bench, Noah being more than 10. Is this our best 11 right?
For me, it's the best 11 minus. I do think Morris is a candidate for that best 11, but I think this is best 11 again.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So next up, we have Stillman, Deekwa, Noah Fuson. Looks like he's kind of returning back to that number 10 position, which we talked a lot about in the podcast. So, Kano, thank you for listening. But yeah, absolutely excited to see this. I think we saw Noah thrive during that winning run, and I think we forced Jack back in, and I wrote a blog about when Jack came back. I was so psyched for him to come back. I would have shoved him back in there, but I think we took a bit away of what we were thinking.
I think it kind of stalled the momentum that we had because there were so many connections that had formed in Jack's absence. People had stepped up. Marky Marr had really stepped up. Noah had really stepped up. and they kind of had to adjust, and it definitely affected our creativity.
Yeah, and quite frankly, like I don't think Jack has been in the form that we
Sure. Well, he went back to New England and didn't play. So.
Right. Yeah, and it's not his fault. The form's going to come and go, and again, like you said, very rusty, didn't play, so it's tough for him to maintain that form. Next up, we have Clay Olstad, and it looks like he's returning to the midfield there, which I know we talked about.
Always good.
Always
Good to
he needs
see.
to be there. And
Creamy.
again, like we just said, I think winning the midfield battle is absolutely paramount to winning this match, and having Clay Olstad in there on our behalf is one of the smartest ways to do so.
I like it.
Next up, Frank Darce is back there. We have Kuzera on the wing. Haragal partners Clay Olstad, which again, if you're going to win the midfield battle, Haragal has to be there.
Right on. I think that this is the best midfield we can currently put out, so I think that's why I'm most excited about seeing what this lineup does today.
So we have Ibarra and Yao. Interesting. So I think we're playing a midfield three, maybe a midfield diamond, actually, which is really fascinating by coach. I love that decision. If it is the diamond, we'll see. But I love the idea of. I just realized it's happening. JJ Williams is not there. So this is not my best 11 because I totally spaced it. What do you think about JJ looking like he is on the bench?
Yeah, I think it's he's not been in his best form, so it's going to be rotating him and Chico, and hopefully one of them catches fire, hopefully one of them sticks. But I think it's kind of there for either one of them to really go out and grab it by the neck and make that decision next.
So then just thinking through this, we have Ibarra, Haragal, and Olsen.
Sure.
How does that midfield set up?
That is a good question. That'll be interesting to see how that one shapes up. We've got Timmy shaking his head. He doesn't know.
Yeah, I mean, there is a version of this where you have
Noah could be.
You could have wings of Noah and Pizarro, actually, and then the midfield three of Olsen, Ibarra, and Haragal.
Yeah.
Then you have.
I think it could look very different in versus out of possession too.
All this sounds like it's gonna be a real fun match for the sickos out there. I'm looking at Timmy. I know he's gonna love this. This one's gonna be real weird, which is fun. So with that being said, folks, we get to our Club Collector segment. And if you've not downloaded the Club Collector, quite frankly, what are you doing? My brother here, he's addicted to it. He, absolutely loves it. But yeah, please use code Thai Talk Live. As always, shout out to Craig for bringing that code and just helping our listeners really up their packs here. As you see, you get an absolute ton of them if you use this code. So yeah, Thai Talk Live and Club Collector app, rfc.clubcollectorapp.com if you are not playing yet. So Matt, who are you going with? I'm
going with Noah. I'm going with Chico, and I'm captaining Zachary Haragal.
Ooh, love that.
Also because he's, I think I only have a common Haragal, so I'm going with boost on that.
Big gamesmanship. All right, I'm going to also go with Haragal. I'm also going to go with Noah, and I am going to go with Clay Olstad. I think having both Ibarra and Haragal in there will unlock Clay, and I could see him really kind of get loose and hopefully taking a lot of shots.
And are you coming off a win? Was it last week?
It'd just be my second season.
First place, Ryan Healy.
Yeah, and I will captain my legally now.
For about 20 minutes.
Great. I'm going to captain Zachary Haragal as well. I think he's going to be the difference maker in the midfield. I think there's going to be so many goals, and I believe that he's going to come on top. But that's to be really just compile his metrics.
I like it.
Cool. Alrighty, folks. So as always, as we end this preview, we're going to get to our score predictions, and we like to tie in our favorite segment, RIFC, in 3 into this. So, Matt, what do you got?
For as far as how this one will play out,
We're supposed to do it.
Say that again.
We're doing RIFC.
Yeah, but like versus RIFC and 3 on this match, right? That's what.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be very similar to last weekend. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to word that in 3 words. I'm going to go with another comeback win. Can I lump in my score prediction too? Cool. Yeah. So I'm going to go with another comeback win, and I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for RFC. I think San Antonio scores first, and that's where I'll go with that. And
that'd be really disappointing.
Yeah,
That's kind of better.
It's been the normal though.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good prediction. I just think.
Right. So I hate it. I hate this prediction. I don't love it. I hate that I'm going there, but just kind of the way we've been starting, the way we've been playing, we've kind of given up some cheap goals to teams that aren't really scoring well, and unfortunately, I see that is continuing. But I see the fight from the boys continuing too.
Yeah, I mean, we said this to be away, but it's kind of weird. We just continue to play the 9th and 10th place teams for the conference over and over again. I don't know how that keeps working out mathematically, but very frustrating because, as you said, the game's going to keep being similar. It's teams who usually struggle to score. They don't want possession. We have to bring the game to them. And one silly mistake seems a lot.
Right. That's exactly where I'm going with that.
Right, so my RIFC and 3 on this match. Well, first of all, my score prediction is the same as yours. It is 2-1.
Okay.
No, it isn't. It's 2-0. It's 2-0. Sorry, I'm trying to stay consistent everywhere here.
Walmart.
But it is, yeah. It's 2-0. And my thing is win the midfield. I've been teasing this the entire time. We have to shut down Fernandez on their side. Quite frankly, I would have someone like an Ibarra or a Harabout. Just kind of follow him. Just man mark him. Do not let him get loose. And then from there, I do think we have what it takes to get it over the line. Hopefully we score first, and they're pushing.
Sure.
We can hit them back here. So I can see it being 0-0 at halftime, and then us really kind of bring our dominance in there. But yeah, we again have to win the midfield tonight. Lambert and Hernandez are kind of where their team kind of gets their energy, gets their assist, gets their kind of everything goes to them. And if we can shut that area down, we'll have an advantage.
Right. No, I like that. I think that's good.
Okay, what do we got, everybody?
What do we got in the crowd? Score prediction. Shout them out. 2-0 from Timmy. 1-0 from Andrew Lake Quadrants. 2-1? 2-1. What else we got? 2-1 RIFC. Love it. Another 2-1? 2-1 to the common. Another 2-0.
It's fine.
Oh, that's 1 in every crowd, folks. Boo! Man, what's your score prediction over there? 1-0 RIFC. Checkmate.
Alrighty, folks. As always, if there are any questions either in the chat or in the crowd, we are happy to take those.
Awesome. I know we've had some comments in the chat that the audio was rough today, so sorry. Thanks for bearing with us. It is echoing here. We try to make it so you can hear it in both places, but it doesn't always work the best.
On our 100th live show, we will figure it out.
We'll nail it next time. All right.
Awesome. So as always, we do have to thank the folks at Providence Brewing for having us, for making this great, cool beer label. Honestly, you sent it to me earlier, and I just wow was my reaction early, and this is something very cool. We just really appreciate that for supporting us. We're just two idiots who talk into a microphone.
Right. We get a lot of things wrong.
Yeah, we got a lot of things wrong, and it's just very cool. And thank you all for showing up. As always, it's just it's a cool community, cool crowd, and we're just all excited to support this team together. So
I know they're not open now, but it was really cool that Tallulah's open today, so we could pick up some tacos.
Dare I say, Thai Talk beer pairs so perfectly with a burrito from Tallulah.
Stay tuned for the Thai Talk taco.
It's like an sauce.
You'll never sing that.
But yeah, thank you always for listening.
Yeah, so thank you to everyone who joined us here in person. Make sure you get out there and tip your bartender well. You get a couple minutes before the game starts, so make sure you grab another beer. We'll get going. But really, thanks for everyone who tuned in on the YouTube side as well. Thanks for sticking with us on the audio end of it. But that'll wrap things up for this. Remember, Thai Talk is more than just a podcast. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for daily social media content. Click that link in this episode description to follow all of our accounts. Remember to tip your bartenders. Join us tomorrow for our post-match thoughts on this one. I've been your host, Matt. Ryan, thanks again for joining. We'll see you next time. And as always,
Off the tide.